Hey guys, it's your girl Lisa with Real Movie Lovers. And this week, we're going to be talking about vampires. So I'm still riding high off Sinners. Amazing movie, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, whatever your scale is. It's 100% perfect in my eyes. I cannot find a single flaw with this movie. But besides that, I found this article in Collider where they talked about 10 more vampire movies to sink your teeth into, especially if you love Sinners. So the article talks about how everyone credits the 1922 movie Nosferatu as being like the official first vampire on film type of movie. But they say that there's another one that predates that. It's a French movie from 1896 called Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. So didn't know about that. Might need to check that out. And the article talks about if you enjoyed Ryan Coogler's Sinners, you're going to love these next 10 vampire movies. Now, these are the 10 movies that they've picked out. I'm going to look at their list and kind of compare it and see if I agree or not. All right, so at number 10, The Lost Boys, the 1987 movie that starred Kiefer Sutherland, Diane West, Corey Haim, R.I.P. And it's about two brothers who moved to a town in California, a small little town. They find out that basically vampires running amok, and they have to team up with some other guys there who also are against the vampires and try to fight them. It's a very cool 80s movie. Not too scary in my opinion, but maybe I'm not the best judge of scare levels because I watched a lot of horror movies when I was little. So to me, Lost Boys isn't a scary movie. That's just me. I agree with this one. I like this one. And they even talked about how The Lost Boys would influence future vampire movies like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which actually yes, that was a movie and a TV show. I've watched both, and the TV show is better. I definitely really like Sarah Michelle Gellar much better as Buffy the Vampire, the show. But don't knock the movie. The movie's still fun. Number 9 is The Brides of Dracula. This is like a 1960 film, a horror film. And it's a sequel to a 1958 Dracula movie. Oh, okay. So The Brides of Dracula, 1960, is a sequel to Dracula from 1958 that starred Christopher Lee. I have never seen this one. I didn't even know this one existed. So it's very interesting to kind of see it. Now, this one says that it's worth checking it out. And I'm guessing the focus is obviously the vampire chicks. Dracula's his brides. Concubines. I don't know if they're concubines. Listen, Dracula believes in polygamy. That's his whole thing. He don't want just one. He has an insatiable thirst for blood and brides. I might check this one out. Okay. I can't say for sure whether or not I would include it because I haven't seen it. So number 8, 1996, From Dusk Till Dawn with Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with this. It definitely needs to be on here. And obviously, so people have talked about how, there's so many similarities between Sinners and From Dusk Till Dawn. There's a couple. There's not like a heck of a lot, but there's a couple. Like, you've definitely got two brothers. You've got one primary location for a good portion of the film that ends up being overrun by vampires. And the brothers, both of them are on the run, technically. One from the law and one set from mobsters kind of. Outside of that, there's not too many similarities. And to be perfectly honest with you, art feeds off each other. Something is always referencing or inspiring in another thing. So, but yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn. And it's a Quentin Tarantino movie because of all the blood and gore, which I definitely enjoy. And it's fun. and it's fun. Now, what's funny about From Dusk Till Dawn is like 2 movies in one. Honestly, the first half, you're like, oh snap, you're following this drama and dark elements about these 2 brothers, and one's kind of like a little off, and they're on the run and this and that, and then vampires. But it works. It works. All right, number 7. 30 Days of Night, 2007, with Josh Hartnett. Let me tell you guys, now that movie single-handedly removed any desire for me to ever want to live in Alaska. And it's not because of the threat of vampires. It's because I did not realize that 30 Days of Night is kind of like a thing. I don't know exactly if it's exactly 30 days, but because of where it sits, there you go. There's 30 days where there's no sun. As a matter of fact, let me just double check that, make sure. What? Okay. So it says, technically there's a 67-day period during the winter where the sun never quite makes it over the horizon, and an 85-day period in the summer where the sun never quite sets. However, it is nothing like what was shown in the movie. So it's not crazy pitch black, but that doesn't matter. Not living there. And I don't want to be cold that long. I'm a baby. I know I was born in the winter time, but still. And yes, definitely watch that one. That one's definitely a little bit more scarier. Number 6, Underworld. Hey, throwback. 2003, Kate Beckinsale. Now, this one was very interesting because it's literally like about the war between vampires and lycans. And lycans are basically werewolves. And it was showing you the 2 worlds. And it was a very interesting like approach that I don't remember seeing much of before. It was done on differently later on in Twilight. That's a whole different thing. And Kate Beckinsale, she's like the main vampire, and she's like going to investigate what's going on. She thinks that one of their own vampires is double crossing and working with the lycans, because it's like a whole thing. It's good. It's fun. It's fun. And there's a lot of black leather and a lot of dark lighting. Lots of black. If you like leather, you'll love Underworld. Number 5, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, 2014. Now, I have not seen this, but this is an independent film that they said spoken from, a female's POV, like a female vampire. And what she does is she stalks the streets of an Iranian town. So she's, Iranian. And she's seeking out criminals and abusive men and making them her victims. So essentially she is committing an evil act for the greater good in her mind. I have not seen this. I heard about this movie. I haven't seen it. So I don't know I don't know the tone, but it's described as a moody vampire film that exists between genres, languages, and worlds. So it's going on the list, and I'm going to watch it. And number 4. Okay. Queen of the Damned, 2002 movie. Loosely based on the Anne Rice novel. I love Aaliyah. Okay. I love Aaliyah. She was a talent, taken too soon, gone too soon. I was an Aaliyah fan, 100%. Her music still hits for me today. I still bop to Are You That Somebody to this day. I don't think she had a chance to get her footing with acting as well, because I think she only got to do 2 movies, right? Romeo Must Die and Queen of the Damned. I think, from the top of my head, Romeo Must Die was fun, and Jet Li was in it. DMX was in it. Good time. Queen of the Damned felt like torture sitting through, but not because her acting was horrible. The story was horrible. So I'm not even saying that she did a bad job. I'm saying she didn't even got a chance to even really get to do much. She was just starting to like spread her wings and get into stuff. But that story was it was it was so bad. It was so bad. Ugh, it was so bad. Why is it on this list? Okay, yeah, I get it. It's developed a cult following in later years. Like it bombed when it came out. It developed a cult following later on, but I'm just like, I don't think I can ever go back to that movie and sit down and watch it. I just can't. I mean, she looked amazing in it. They made her as a vampire. Oof, cool. But the story, it was just too much. Number 3, Blade. Hey, Wesley Snipes. What up? The real first, I think, Marvel superhero movie, or at least the one that kind of starts setting the wheels in motion for this generation of Marvel superhero movies. Blade was so good. It was so good. Okay, in Blade, Wesley Snipes plays a half human, half vampire. So his mom was pregnant with him when she got bit by a vampire. They delivered him, and he's able to walk in the day. Like, he has none of the weaknesses of a vampire. He can walk in the day. Garlic don't hurt him. He does require blood, or at least he gets no. He gets stronger when he drinks blood, but he doesn't like drinking blood, and he only ever does it when he's about to die, and usually someone gives it to him. Like, he doesn't want to do it himself. I think his handler, but his partner, whatever. I think they made some kind of like special thing that he drinks that keeps him. Oh, the special serum that keeps him from turning fully vampire. So he's able to just stay in between. So, and there's three movies with Wesley Snipes: Blade 1, 2, and 3. Blade 1 and 2 have 2 different tones, equally awesome. 2 different tones. And Blade 3, you almost stuck the landing. It's a fun watch, but it's not like comparable to the other 2. And of course, his feature in Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 2, which, no surprise that this movie's on here, Interview with the Vampire, 1994, which is an Anne Rice adapted novel. Like, I think it was more sourced to the book, but this had Tom Cruise in it, Brad Pitt, Christian Durst. Like, it was Antonio Banderas. It was and is probably one of the most well-known and successful vampire movies. And it kind of shows these 2 vampires. Well, one turned the other way back in the, I don't know, when was it, 1500? I haven't seen it in so long. And it just talks about how over time that one just became even more bloodthirsty and one became less bloodthirsty. Like, they just became different. But it's yeah, it belongs on the list. I will agree. And finally, Salem's Lot, 1979, 2-part miniseries, aired on CBS. I have never seen this. As a matter of fact, I've only ever read the book. Salem's Lot is off a book that Stephen King wrote. Stephen King is one of my favorite authors. And the book was really good. So good. And according to this article, the 2-part miniseries is the best adaptation of the book. There was recently a movie that came out, like a remake or something, in last year. I still haven't watched it. I didn't hear good things about it. I would probably, I don't know. Maybe I'll just read the book again. I don't know if I want to watch it, because it's like, the book was just so good. I don't know how they could have screwed that up. We'll see. Anyway, so that's it for their list. I would like to add a couple of honorable mentions. Now, again, their whole thing is what would go well with, if you like Sinners, then you like this. So that's not really where I'm coming from. I'm just coming from these other good vampire movies that I loved. So honorable mention, first one is going to be Daybreakers with Ethan Hawke. Who else was in it? The guy from Jurassic Park. And Daybreakers is a really, really interesting perspective. So in Daybreakers, vampires run the world. Most people are vampires. The world is reflective of that. So they drive cars that have these like shade things so that they can ride around the sun without being the sun touching them. They have little like I'm barista stands that actually sell, is your coffee with blood. They have this guy, Ethan Hawke works in a building where they're everywhere. But the issue with this world is that the human population, what's left of the humans, is really dwindling, and that's your food source. So no food, you die. So they're trying to figure out how to stop that. And Ethan Hawke's character, I think, is becoming less and less happy about being a vampire. He didn't want to be one in the first place. But it's a very interesting movie. It's good too. I'm gonna also say Fright Night, but not the 2011 version. It's gonna be the older one, 1985, and it even had a sequel. It's very 80s, but I'm sorry, it just warms cuckles of my heart. It's just a kid. Well, they say kid, but he looks like a little older. But it's the same guy from Gremlins, and him and his girlfriend. He actually discovers that his new neighbor next door is a vampire, and he wants to go about. He teams up with some horror guy to try to like take him down. It's a whole thing. The makeup work, puppeteering work, transformations on this movie, they still hold up to this day. The acting may be very 80s, but the special effects are why I can never always get all the way on board with complete CGI. And finally, just for good measure, Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy and Angela Bassett. Now this is a comedy, and I love it.
But next time, put a little heart into it.
And John Witherspoon's in it too, so recommend. All right, guys, that's it for Vampire Talk this week. Let me know what vampire movies that you enjoy, what if they're on this list or not, or any vampire movies that you recommend. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen all. So what ones are you thinking of? What ones do you like? What do you enjoy? Leave a comment. Let me know. And if you enjoy watching this video, drop a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you always can be up to date on what's going on. And many thanks to my top tier patrons, Valcourt and Thelma. Thank you so much for all your support. If you guys are looking to join in, hit me up over my Patreon, NXG Global Productions, where I drop behind the scenes, reviews, writing, producing tips, and more. I'm looking to build a community and would love to have you guys join. All right, check you next week. Bye.